this is Lindsay McDougall. I'm going to teach you a little bit of this vinyasa flow with some Ashtanga, Iyengar pointers and holding so we can get really deep into the asana. And for today, I want to invite you to have a seat on your mat while we get started, taking something to elevate your hips, a bolster or a blanket or block. And I wanted to start with a little breathing technique today. It's Labor Day has passed, the summer is kind of waning, the light is slowly waning, and there's a lot of transition in the air with school starting and fiscal years starting and things just changing from the summertime to more of a fall time. And in that, on a nature level, when we look around, things are getting a little bit drier. The air is becoming a little more ethereal. You know, we're not quite into the fall yet of that where the veil is very thin, but it is a quality that gets us in touch with our life, our bodies, our breath. And so I wanted to take a moment to calm the mind and get into the breath here and help us to transition, because when we really come into our body, that's when the true healing begins, and we can adequately nurture and understand the natural wisdom that comes from our body to help us heal, help us transition, help us ease into things. So in your seat here, I'd like you to take one of two mudras. One can be one back of the hand on top of the palm, and then gently touching the thumbs in the center of the lap. And you don't want the thumbs to sink down, you don't want them to point up, just a gentle contact between the thumbs. Another option is the forefinger to thumb, and then the third, fourth, and fifth fingers moving out with the tops of the hands on the knees. So these have different resonances in the body, so find which one feels the most comfortable for you. And then I'd like you to close your eyes, and lift the chest, and take a big deep breath here. Entering into this body, into this time right now. Let the arms be soft, elbows, jaw relaxed. Taking another inhale here. See if you can get a little longer in the spine. And then exhaling. Bringing healing into the organs. Let's take another regular breath like this, inhaling. And exhaling. And I want us to do a three-part breathing. Breathing into the lower abdomen, the mid-abdomen, and the chest. And beyond the chest, even into the neck and head. First, inhaling into the low abdomen, mid-abdomen, top of the chest, and exhaling everything down the back body, pulling in on Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, and Uddiyana Bandha, the navel center. Finding those two root blocks at the bottom of the exhale. And then let's inhale again into the first part. abdomen, top of the chest, shoulders, and down the back. Keeping the tip of the tongue behind the teeth of the upper palate. On the exhale, pull up on the root blocks. Exhale a little bit more. Exhale a little bit more. Then inhale. Feel everything expand in its circumference, mid-back, mid-abdomen, top of the chest, shoulders, and then let it all out. Breathing in. Second place. Third. And exhaling it all out. Do 2 more breaths like this on your own. Exhaling fully. Inhaling. Getting in touch. Expanding where there is contraction. Opening where there is darkness. Extending the spine. Naturally rising. To a neutral breath. Soften the mouth and the head and eyes. Just breathe normally, noticing anywhere in our body where our breath is touched that we want to expand today, we want to nurture. We want to come into this wisdom. Okay, just gently coming out of that, bringing hands to our center, lifting the chest, bowing the head, and gently lift the hips, coming back onto your back, pulling the knees in. Giving the knees a hug, rocking side to side. And then extending the heels, lifting the arms, drop the left leg as you reach the ball of the feet away. And bring that left leg up. And drop the right leg. And then let's alternate arms and legs. So left leg down, right leg back. Inhale. Right leg down, left leg back. Contracting the abdomen, low ribs in. Switch sides. Pulling our limbs in towards the center. Strengthening the breath, strengthening the diaphragm. See if you can get a little longer for these last 2. And 2, reaching. then just tiny crunches here, lifting up, reaching for the toes. And exhale down. Inhale, knees together, squeeze, reach up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Take 5 more. With the breath. Squeeze and exhale as you come down. Really feeling those side ribs, front ribs. Last one. Good. And then bend that right knee, pull it into the chest. And then rotate that knee across the body to let it rest over to the left. Just a gentle reclined twist here to warm up the spine. And adjust your shoulders so that the left shoulder comes more flat. Feeling that expansion, maybe on the left waist, or through the right shoulder. Notice the breath here, how it's changed from our seated position. So remember this breath as we take some twists today. And exhale, right knee in, give it a hug. Circle the ankle, press the left leg down to straight. Circle the ankle the other way. And switch sides. Left knee in. Give a hug. Stretch, hamstring stretch, and then rock that knee over to the right, opening up the left arm into a twist here. And let the body weight open the muscles, gently coaxing it into movement here. So another part of this season is the slowing down. So we may not have the same kind of energy that we had in the spring or summer. It may be that we feel a little tired. End of the day, we want to go to bed a little earlier. So moving with the seasons is how we stay in optimal health. Inhale, bring that right knee in, coming back to center. Press the right leg straight, heel away, and make those ankle circles with the left foot. So it's difficult, especially for Americans, to slow down and sort of let things slide a little bit, let go, and yet nature is doing this every day, letting the fruits fall, letting the leaves fall, giving away some of their energy. Rock side to side. And exhale, come onto one side. Come all the way up. And into our tabletop to downward facing dog. So inhale, pull the low abdomen in, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, and then press the torso away, inner thighs back. Take a nice deep inhale here in your down dog. Drop the head, roll the biceps towards the ceiling. Pedal out the feet if you wish. Paying attention to the weight in the hands, the feet, if it's even, how we can even it out using our torso, breath, stretching one side and the other. Inhale, raise the right leg. exhale, sweep it forward to the right wrist. And then bring the right hand outside of the right foot and drop that left knee. Looking forward, pull the knee in towards the torso with the inner arm. Square the heel of the back foot away. Inner toe mound is going away. And then press the hips forward and lift that back knee. And take a moment here to look at the toes of the back foot. Can you scooch that big toe mound a little further away as you lift and reach the quad and the groins to the back of the mat, that left corner of the mat. And again, pull the right knee in towards the torso, press the left ball toe mound away. So it should feel really nice opening for the hip flexors, the groin, and will help us with our back bends and twists. Good. Exhale, drop that left knee. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen, and then wrap the waist, the outer shoulders around that right leg in your mind. And then inhale, lift through those muscles, lift the arms up, and sink the hips into a lunar lunge here. So that wrapping around of the back body, lifting up through the chest, thumbs behind, pinkies and ring finger long. And then exhale, bring the hands inside of the right foot, lift the left knee, and walk the hands out at a 45-degree angle here until you feel that tension, that strength building in the legs. Breathe here, drop the head, and see if you can come onto the fingers of the fingertips and the hands. Right hip back, left quad lifts. Open up that left hip flexor. Rotate the shoulder, right shoulder down, left shoulder up. And exhale, walk those hands back. Drop the left knee, right hand comes up, twist. Reach that hand over the head, lengthening towards the front of the room. And exhale, come to knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So already I feel quite a difference in the sides of my body. So just notice where you feel a difference as we come to the second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, sweep it forward to the left wrist. Take the hand outside of the left foot, coming onto fingertips if you need. I'm resting my left rib cage and waist on the left quad. And then drop that knee. Untuck the toes of the back leg. Plant the hands if you can. And then drop the hips as you lift the chest. And then wrap the back body forward as you lift the right knee and look back at the toes. Driving the big toe mound towards the right corner of the mat. And then pulling the left hip in, using that left arm to squeeze the knee towards towards the torso. So we're using this to expand across the back body, the right hip moving away, interiorly rotating the right leg. And then exhale, drop that knee, tuck the tailbone, pull everything into the back body, wrapping the outer shoulders down, and then use that core strength, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, to come into your lunar lunge. So what do I mean by that? On that exhale, at the bottom of the exhale, just like we did in the beginning, you're finding that strength from the empty breath through those root locks, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the navel in towards the back, and reaching the back of the mat. Drop those hips a little more, lift the chest, and exhale. Hands inside the left foot, walk the fingertips out. On the other side, I had my right leg lifted. So do whatever you did on the other side. So I'm walking my hands out about 45 degrees. I'm feeling the left quad, the right quad, pulling that outer knee in and towards the back of the mat. See if you can drop the left shoulder, lift the right. This might engage the right groin more. Expanding the breath. Last breath here. And exhale, walk the hands back. Drop the knee, right hand down, left hand to twist. And exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Take a little vinyasa here. Good. Inhale, lift the hips, heels away. And exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat. And exhale down. Let's bring the feet together. Peace fingers on big toes or to the ground or to some blocks. Inhale halfway. Exhale, squeeze the thighs, lift the sits bones, drop the head. And as we do this intense pose, the head is soft, the neck is soft, feeling a strong stretch in the back of the legs. And you'll see if with your chin, head soft, chin tucked, roll those shoulders up the back and see if you can bend the elbows out to the side. Maybe keeping a little bend in the knees. That's going to help to release the back and lengthen the front body. Last breath. Emptying everything out. And inhale. Look forward, open up the arms, sit back a little bit, bend knees, come all the way up to stand. Good. All right. So from here, just going to check to make sure we're good. We're slowing things down a little bit. And moving into some mindfulness with our postures, okay? So let's open up the arms using our breath. At the top of the inhale, exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, place the hands right foot backward up. Left foot back plank. Lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Left heel down. Sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Take your hands into, grab opposite elbows. And bend the right knee as you pull the abdomen towards, especially the left side of the body, towards the right knee. Lift the inner ankle of the back leg. Press the outer ankle down. It's going to really rudder the legs and open the hips. Shoulders can be more flexible. And then drop as you turn over to the left, we're going to come into warrior two with an arm variation. So I'm going to just pull my right elbow. I'll demonstrate from the side. So instead of grabbing both elbows, I'm just letting my right hand down so I can open up my right side of the body using that elbow. It's going to help to open the back of the chest. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let's bring both hands out. And again, remembering our abdominal exercises, pulling the low ribs in. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, bring that right elbow to the right knee and pull the right hip in towards the instep of the left foot. Roll that bicep by the ear and lengthen and breathe here. I'm going to take my hand to outside of my right foot, fingertips or to a block. And again, the work is to first align the heels, pull the hips towards the left and the back of the mat, and then rotate the spine. Revolve it towards the ceiling. Inhaling, coming up. Reverse. Reach to the back of the room. And exhale. Let's take a vinyasa here. Back and down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to the left wrist. Right heel down. Grab opposite elbows the different way. And warrior one on the left. Lift that inner right ankle. Drop the outer ankle. And then when you have that internal rotation of the back leg, see if you can drop the hips and bend into that left knee even more. Good. Tucking the tail, lifting through the left side of the abdomen as you curve the right abdomen forward. inhale, let's open that up to warrior two. This time, let's bring the left elbow above our head, touching the back. This helps to open the heart. But again, tucking the tail, Mula Bandha. Low ribs are moving towards the umbilicus. And open up to warrior two. Straight arms looking over that third finger. Let's reverse. Inhaling. And exhaling, side angle pose. Left elbow down. Right bicep by the ear. Finding that grounding through the feet. And then left hip towards right corner of the mat. Revolving the chest. Just like the other side, I'm going to take my hand, my fingertips to outside of the foot. And each of us has a strong side, a weak side, a flexible side. So let's take a couple more breaths here. Just nurturing where we can. And then inhaling, coming up. Reverse your warrior. Reaching to the back of the room, opening up the left side body. And coming into plank. You can drop the knees, chest, chin. Or come forward, looking up, strong core, strong legs. Roll the shoulder back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward to middle of the mat, drop the knee here. And then rotate that left heel down and open up into a variation of Vashisthasana here. Right knee is down, and then I want us to come all the way up into gate pose. So you can move your foot a little bit diagonally back on that right leg. And then with the left ankle squaring the mat, reach over to the left and bring that right arm over top of the head. So you can get that nice stretch in the right side body. Tailbone is down, pubis is lifting. Hips are wide and grounded. Right shoulder is rolling forward as the chest is rolling upward, if that makes sense. Sometimes yoga is a little abstract, but if we surrender into it, we can listen into what our body is telling us. The directions, the anatomical, ancient directions that our body has. It knows what to do. Coming out, and then bringing the left hand up towards the ceiling. If you want to come into full Vashisthasana, bring that right foot underneath the left into our side plank. And maybe you add in a tree pose. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And exhale down. Take a vinyasa here. Inhaling the left foot up, sweep it through, and then drop the knee about halfway, 3/4 up your mat. Right heel comes over to the side, Vashisthasana variation here. Open up that arm. Get some width between the left thumb and the right thumb through the pecs. Doing some sideways. And then you can bring the shin back a little bit as you come up into gate pose. Right outer edge of the foot is square to the mat. Drop that right arm on top of the shin, lift the left arm over the head, and reach to the right. So on this side, I'm feeling a little bit of a different sensation. But again, the principle of grounding the tailbone, lifting the pubis, and then keeping those hips square and open so that we can get that nice expansion in the waist. And then exhale. Come back to your Vashisthasana variation. And if you want to come into full Vashisthasana, stack the heels, lift the hips. Keep lifting the hips, even if you're in the variation. Lift those hips. Roll the shoulder blade under. Tree variation if you like. So left bicep forward. Chest is open. And exhale. Let's come into plank. Take a vinyasa here. Moving back and down dog. Take a nice inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Outer shoulders down. Low ribs in. Sits bones away. Get heavy in those heels. Even moving your torso towards your legs an inch or 2 inches to get that weight in the heels. Good. Right foot back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Crescent lunge here. Inhale it. And exhaling, bring the thumbs in front of the heart. We'll come into a twist here. Rotating out to the side. So I'm going to keep my thumbs touching my heart. Rotate the chest to the right. And then put that elbow outside the knee, pressing into the hands, never losing contact with that heart. And then bring some length into the left side body, using those internal muscles, the viscera, to lengthen the torso. Squeeze, lengthen with the breath. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Lift the left hip. One more. Exhale, twist. And inhale, lengthen. Good. Lifting the torso, unhooking the arms, crescent pose. Exhale, hands behind the sacrum, bend the right knee, hop into a warrior 3 here. So let the thumbs rest on the sacrum, pull the elbows in, hinge forward, reach, head away from toes. And then bend that back leg, bring it up, raising the arms, and then twist over to the left, bringing the hand outside the left knee, looking back at the left arm. Yes, it does feel intense, but it's also really invigorating. So press everything down, lift the chest, open the heart, and exhale, back to standing. Squeeze thighs, tuck the tail, lift the chest. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Hop or step back to your vinyasa. Take a breath in, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to the left wrist. Crescent pose here. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And using everything we've gone through thus far in this practice, tuck the tail, lift through Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, twist the torso to the left until you can find the elbow near the outside of the knee. Place it outside. Maintain contact with the sternum. And then squeeze those muscles, the serratus anterior, the obliques. Bringing into a full twist. Exhaling, squeeze. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lengthen. Lift the right hip, don't let it sink. Exhale, squeeze. Open right side. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. And then slowly come out, wrapping the back body forward to help inhale to open up the crescent. Exhale, hands behind the sacrum in the funky way. Take opposite thumb over. Bend the left knee. Hop into warrior three, hinging forward. Reaching the heart. Ball the foot away. Pulling everything into center, just like we did at the beginning of class. Center is strong. And limbs are away. And then inhale, gently hinge forward, not touching the ground, just bringing that right knee up towards the chest. Left hand comes outside the knee. Right arm sweeps back. And look back at that thumb. Notice the breath, open the heart. We all lose our balance sometimes. But the point is that we return to our center. Good. And inhale, come back to our center again. Feet at top of the mat, hands to heart center. Good. How are we doing? Let's take it to another dimension. Inhale, coming into chair pose. Reach the arms forward, sit back. Remember those outer shoulders, wrapping around and lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hop or step back to your vinyasa. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press the heels away. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Scoop it forward, right wrist, left foot comes up. Let's make our way to our twisting triangle. Right hand on hip. Squeeze the inner thighs, quads up, kneecaps up. Inhale, lengthen the chest. Bring that left arm by the ear. And then exhale, rotate over to the right, bringing those fingertips outside of the foot. Or it can be inside if you have more balance, you want to keep more balance. And then once the right hand feels steady, open this into a twist here. Same principle, strong center, inner thighs back towards the heels, and then squeeze on the exhale. Lengthen on the inhale. Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha are engaged on that exhale. Good job, guys. Can you look up at that thumb? And exhale down. Let's come into a standing split here. Raise the left leg back. Right hand behind the calf. Tuck the chin. Lengthen from the core to lift that back leg. Can you lift it a little higher? A couple inches higher, a couple inches higher. Good. Exhale, bend both knees, bring the left knee behind the right heel, and have a seat for a seated twist. Okay. Pull that right knee in. If this is too much and you want to straighten that left leg, go ahead. Otherwise, the left heel is by the glute. We're going to hook that left elbow around the right knee. The right hand comes back. Inhale. Squeeze, lift, lengthen. Exhale, look over that right shoulder. For some of you, you may hook the outside of the elbow outside the knee. And use the lever that way to open the chest. Another option is to take the bind. That's pretty advanced. And breathe a little bit deeper. And open a little bit more. Good. And exhale, we take a counter twist. Bring the hands over to the left, lift the right hip. Pull that right shoulder down. Feels very nice. Good. Swing that right foot around. Lift the hips and come into down dog. Inhale the left leg long. Bring it forward behind the right wrist, and then pull that right foot in, left wrist, pull the right foot in to make way for a twisting triangle. Left hand on the sacrum. Inhale, squeeze, lift the quads. Bring that right arm by the ear. Lengthen the front body. And then exhale, drop the hand, drop the shoulder to bring that hand outside the left pinky toe. If you took the inside of the foot, that's fine too. But by now, because we've done some core and twisting, you should feel pretty steady in this posture. Pull the inner thighs back. Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Raise that left arm. Revolve with the breath on the exhale. Squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. And can you look up at that thumb? Or maybe you're concentrated on getting the legs straight, or some length in the torso. Find your edge and breathe there, enjoying how this feels. And then exhale, gently drop the left hand. Right hand comes to the mat. Take a standing split. Bring the left hand behind the calf, raise the right. You can use that right hand to help balance you as you drop the head and lift further into a split. So imagine the calf and the heel are reaching up to help you get a little bit more. So reach that right leg up, everything going up, and then the upper body going down. Last breath. And exhale, bend both knees. Drop the right knee outside the left heel and have a seat in the middle of the mat for our twist. So right heel is outside left hip. Left heel is placed firmly outside right knee, unless of course you need to straighten the right leg. Inhale, grab the shin, lift the chest. Exhale, left hand behind sacrum, right elbow hooks to twist here, or you can use the outside of your elbow, outside the knee, to open this twist. Sits bones are grounded, looking over that left shoulder. And again, such a subtlety in the breath and the direction of prana to flow into a more open state with each asana. The breath is so amazing at minute little changes that make such a big difference in how we experience the asana. Focusing on the exhales here. You twist a little bit more, open the chest more, the crown of the head, the left side body, left side neck. Oop, that was my back. Good, and then let's take this into a counter twist. Hands over to the right, lift the left hip, and pull everything to the right side. Good. Okay. So from here, let's make our way onto our backs. And if you would like to keep a blanket by you for other poses, just have that handy as an option. So coming onto our backs, heels towards the hips, knees up, and then tuck the tailbone, roll the shoulders underneath your back. Bring the hands to a clasp under the sacrum, and then press the hips up and away. So engaging the quads, bringing the weight is coming up and forward towards the shoulders. Can we elongate the back body and lift the hips even more? Breath here. exhale down. You can rock the knees side to side or extend the legs. Okay, we'll take this again. This time you can bring your hands to underneath the heel of the foot, or if you want to take the clasp in the opposite way. Inhale, lift the hips to scoop the shoulders under. Press the upper arms down as you lift the torso away from the arms. So getting into that subaxillary muscles of the side ribs under the armpit. Reaching those forward and up. Last breath. And exhale, rolling down. Good. So from here, those of you who want to take another back bend into Urdhva Dhanurasana, thumbs into ears, flip the palms, elbows in chaturanga, arms, and then when you feel that strength from the heels, pushing up into inverted bow. Those of you who want to take shoulder stand, have the blanket as padding under the shoulders, the head is off the blanket. You're walking the heel of your hand up the back to come into shoulder stand that way. No pressure on the neck or anything like that. And those who want to come into headstand, I'll go through another tutorial with headstand like we did last week. So take your pose, yogi's choice here. So I'm going to, for headstand, folks, I'm bringing my blanket unfolded onto the mat, hands in a clasp at 90 degrees. My left pinky is inside my right pinky, so the bottom is flat. And then I'm bringing the back of my head just at a gentle, loose cradle of my hands. The thumbs are touching my occiput. And then untucking the toes, lifting into a pike, a down dog stance. And then walking those toes in. And always keeping mindful that the shoulder heads are moving up. The ulnar side of the forearm is stable and weighted. So not too much pressure on the head, more in the forearms. And then beginning to rock the hips back and forth on my toes, maybe lifting one knee and the other, and just experimenting in the middle of the room. So headstand was scary to me at first until I realized I could come out of it very easily. And it's actually quite stable. The more contact we have with the earth, the more stable it is. And it's best to practice it in the middle of the room. So if you're going to the full headstand, bring the knees on top of the hips, on top of the shoulders. And then when you feel stable, you can extend the heels away from your bum towards the ceiling. And once you're in this upright posture, same goes for shoulder stand folks. Everything is moving up into the balls of the feet. Energy, prana, electricity going out the legs, up and out. And then here, if you'd like to go through a miniature twist, you're feeling stable. So, shoulder heads are back, the torso is moving up, everything feels good. You can Bring that left hip forward, right hip back. Keeping the elbows steady and grounded. And then come into a twisted headstand. Take the other side. Right hip forward, left hip back. Squeeze the thighs, reach the legs away. And coming back to neutral. So take a couple more breaths here. Whatever posture you're doing. Headstand folks will come into plow. With the feet behind their head. And slowly rolling out into fish pose. And those in headstand can start to gently bring the feet down, slowly, hips back, making their way to child's pose. And if you came out of bridge, make sure you do forward fold. Pose. And just noticing how you feel here. Okay. Take a couple more breaths. And we'll make our way to our Shavasana. So make this Shavasana work for you. You can bring a blanket underneath your knees or hamstrings or underneath the shoulders, or just hang loose, opening up the arms and legs. Tucking the shoulder blades underneath the chest so there's that opening. Keeping the face and jaw soft. As you take your breaths, retracting those breaths into the chest, slowing the heart. Taking all of that activity that is normally in the chest and face deeper into the body, resetting facial muscles, resetting any patterns, tendencies, habituations. One of the more glorious things of yoga is this opportunity to reset, recalibrate, redo, renew, repair. So really breathing into this time of natural restoration. So important in the balance of yoga, the sukha and sthira, the strength and softness. Now we are in a more yin, softness time. And as you feel ready, coming out, I would stay another few minutes just soaking this in. And I will sign off for now and see you next week. Namaste.